hospital patient gunned down by a man dressed as a clown was the victim of a bungled murder attempt, say the police. Security is to be reviewed at St Andrew's Hospital, Billericay, after the Burns patient was shot at point-blank range in a hospital ward by a clown hiding a shotgun in a bunch of flowers. The 26-year-old victim escaped with his life by turning away from the blast. He suffered a serious shoulder wound and was due back in the operating theatre today. The man was in hospital recovering from a previous vicious attack in which he was abducted and almost blinded by acid. He was taken to St Andrews on August the 31st after being found in Dagenham with acid burns to his face. He had been abducted while making a phone call in a phone box in Watts Crescent, Purfleet. Two men drove up and bundled him into the boot of a car, but the victim refused to cooperate with the police investigations and no motive has yet been found. Police refused to comment yesterday on whether the latest incident was the work of a hitman. But Detective Chief Inspector Will Kennedy of Basildon Police, who is leading the investigation, said, "The way it was executed was very cool." Armed police officers are now guarding the victim around the clock. A name published in some national newspapers today is said to be incorrect. Police say he uses a number of aliases and is not known if the attackers know his real name. The victim underwent 3 hours of emergency surgery for his shoulder wound immediately after attack at 8:30 on Wednesday. The bullet blasted a huge hole through his muscle and skin on his shoulder. He needs extensive plastic surgery. Consultant plastic surgeon Jim Frame said, "It was a serious attempt at killing the guy. It missed his heart and lungs by inches." DCI Kennedy said it is believed no conversation took place between the gunman and victim, and there was no indication that the man knew his attacker. The gunman, who was about 6'4" tall and wearing a clown's wig, red nose, and carrying an 18-inch bouquet of flowers disguising the shotgun, is believed to have asked for directions and called his victim by name. He went into the ward, which had 12 single rooms and 4 staff, and fired as the patient stood in the doorway of his room. The gunman then made off, but how and which direction is not known. Armed police officers were at the scene within 10 minutes and a thorough search made of the hospital, but nothing found. Police do not know if he went in or out of the hospital in costume or if he changed in the building. No part of his costume was left behind. A number of staff were close by at the time and are said to be deeply shocked. The gunman also had fake Dracula fangs. He was dressed in a blue shiny shell suit top with small white markings and wearing trainers. The gunman dressed as a clown was not stopped as he was asked for his victim by name before using the shotgun hidden under the bouquet of flowers. The man calmly walked into the general ward just yards from the children's ward. Chris Minnett, chief executive of the Mid-Essex Hospital Trust, said, "A clown is not usual, but not exceptional. We will review security and take any advice the police offer us, but there is no lapse in security as far as the health service is concerned. This was not an exceptional occurrence." He added that the hospital, which had 84 patients in its 26 acres of grounds on Wednesday, has open visiting hours. Police questioned the Burns victim when he first arrived in hospital after the abduction, but he refused to cooperate and it was decided extra security was not needed. Those in charge of security at other hospitals in South East Essex said they probably could not have prevented